to another episode of TNT Outdoor Adventures. I'm your host Tyler, and today we're going to be talking about fishing line, monofilament in particular. So chances are you spend a lot of time at your local Cabela's, Bass Pro Shop, local tackle shop, what have you, picking out the right rod and reel. But you probably didn't spend nearly that amount of time picking out your fishing line, and it's very important to do so. So today we're going to be talking about, like I said, monofilaments, and we're going to be doing a little strength test on each of these lines and see how they fare in the test. And we're going to talk about how they're marketed, each line, some of their attributes, and things of that nature, as well as price. So stay tuned. Alright, so how I chose these 5 particular lines is I went to my local Cabela's and I picked what appeared to be the 5 most popular monofilaments. So we're going to talk about, like I said, the price of each line, because it's very important, as well as how they market it and some of the attributes, talk about the packaging, things of that nature. So to get us started off, we have Cajun line, Red Lightning. All these lines are in 10-pound test, and this is just kind of a generic monofilament, not a whole lot really special with it, but it is a personal favorite of ours here at TNT Outdoor Adventures. You'll see it's spooled up on a lot of our rods throughout our videos, and we've had good luck with it, so we're curious to see how it fares in today's test. But this comes in at $6.99 for 300 yards. Up next we have Berkley Trilene. This is their XL, their smooth casting. They market as kind of their smooth casting and better handling line. So we don't really have an opinion on this line. We've never really used it. So we're curious to see how it fares today in the test. And this did come in at $7.99 for 300 yards. Next up we have Stren generic. It's their original monofilament. So not a whole lot going on here on the package. It doesn't market like a smooth casting, smooth handling, high abrasion resistance. It just says here that it is the standard of dependability since 1958. So this line has been around for a long time. So hopefully it does really well, but we'll find out. And this came in at $8.99 for, this is 330 yards. Alright, after that we have Suffolk Siege. They market this particular line as their high abrasion resistance and their strong monofilament. So we've never used this line either, but it does say here on the package that it has superior abrasion resistance and high tensile strength. It says up here in the corner that it's 15 times stronger, so we'll see how it fares in today's test. And this was $9.99 for 330 yards. Last but not least, we have Berkley Trilene Sensation. They market this particular line as their better feeling. You can feel the fish, feel the bites, feel the structure better. Once again, we have not used this line, so we have no preformed opinion on it. But it did come in at the top of our price point at $10.99 for 330 yards. So, as I said, we're going to be doing a strength test on these particular lines. We're going to go ahead and see the breaking point of each of these lines. We're going to record the results, and then we're going to kind of summarize everything, tell you our final thoughts on the lines, and hopefully it helps you pick out your particular monofilament a little bit better. So stay tuned. Alright everybody, so now we're going to go ahead and get into the testing portion of each of these lines. So first we're starting off with the Cajun line. We're going from the least expensive up to the most expensive. And I'll show you what we're doing here to test the strength of each one. We have a hook tied on this end, and we have it tied onto our fish scale here. We've measured out each piece so they're all going to be the same length so we can keep that consistent. Then we're going to go ahead and take our hook and embed it into the side of our bench here, and we're going to slowly pull on our scale until we break the line, and then we're going to record the breaking point of each one. Now we're going to do 2 tests per line, and then we're going to average the 2 together for a final result. So we'll go ahead and get started with this test here so we can show you guys how it's done. It's all tied up. We're going to go ahead and slowly start pulling until it breaks. Once again, each of these lines are 10-pound tests. Just surpassed the 5-pound mark. just surpassed the 10-pound mark. Alright, that broke at 12 pounds, 12 ounces. So we're going to go ahead and run through all the tests for you guys, and then we'll be back with you with the results and our final thoughts on each of these lines, so stay tuned. Alright everybody, we're back with the results from our fishing line, our monofilament test. So, first off, we're just going to get a few things out of the way. All these lines were brand new, they're less than a week old. I bought them at my local Cabela's, so they're all new lines. It's not like one has been sitting around for a long time and it's become dry rot or anything of that nature. They're all brand new lines. Second, once again, they're all 10-pound test, and we did each line twice and averaged the two results together for one average breaking strength. So to start off our lineup, number one came out to be the Suffolk Siege. So not a huge surprise here because it is marketed as the superior abrasion resistance and high tensile strength. You know, it says it's 15 times stronger, so we were kind of expecting this one to fare really well, and it indeed did. We're definitely going to be looking into possibly spooling up some of our reels with the Suffolk Siege. And it had an average breaking strength of 13 pounds 8 ounces. Once again, they're all 10-pound tests, so that did really, really well. Number two came out to be the Stren Original. Kind of a surprise on this one, just being that it's, you know, their generic monofilament. It's not advertised as super strong or anything of that nature, but it fared really well in our test. So if you're interested, definitely check out the Stren Original. And it did have an averaged breaking strength of 12 pounds 12 ounces, so fared very well. Number three is our personal favorite, the Cajun line. It had an average breaking strength of 12 pounds 9.5 ounces, so fared well. You know, obviously not as good as the Suffolks and the Stren, so maybe we'll look into switching up. Not exactly sure, but we'll play that by ear. And number four came out to be the Trilene XL with a average breaking strength of 12 pounds 1.5 ounces. So the top four all had average breaking points above 12 pounds, so really pleased with that. Now for the Trilene Sensation, coming in at number 5, we didn't put an average breaking strength on this particular line because it fluctuated so much. We did the test the first 2 times and it broke under 10 pounds. We thought that was very odd, so we went ahead and we did it at least a half a dozen more times just to kind of see where its true breaking strength was, and it fluctuated a ton. We had everything from the lowest that it broke at was 9 pounds 7 ounces, and the highest that it broke at was 13 pounds 15 ounces. So each test it fluctuated, so we didn't feel comfortable putting a number on it, an average breaking strength, because we really couldn't come to a good one because of how much, you know, the results differed from each other. So with that being said, we're going to kind of leave you guys to make your own conclusions on that line. If any of you guys are out there throwing it and you've had good luck with us, you know, feel free to let us know your thoughts on it. We can't speak for the fishability of the line per se, but all we can say is how it fared in our particular test, and unfortunately, to our surprise, the most expensive one fared the worst. So other than that, that's pretty much it for the video today. So you guys are, you know, like I said, make your own conclusions. We just give you the numbers and everything. We're not trying to tell you what to go out and buy. If you have a particular line that you really like, then stick with it for sure. But if you're looking into new line, we hope this video could be helpful. And remember, get outside and make your own outdoor adventures.